Well, hello, hello. We have a little earbud episode for you today. As I'm sure you realized when you clicked on the title, I'm just going to say that right now. If you're listening with kids around, I'd throw earbuds on. We're having a little adult conversation today, and I'm excited to dive into it with you. I hope you're having a good start to the month and that everything is going well for you. We are going to go through this article from Medical News Today. So, I will say before we get into this that I very much have seen across the board. This is like one of those TMI things that when ladies do an 8-week program or I'm working one on one with somebody with nutrition, when I'm asking about non scale victories, this has come up ironically when a lot of ladies are like, I don't know if this is TMI, but I have had a way higher sex drive than normal, or also included our other TMI things. Well, what people consider TMI, like I'm a lot more regular as well. These are all like great signs, ladies, that our bodies are working the way they're supposed to. We are not supposed to just have a super low sex drive. Now, obviously, there's so much more to this conversation where hormones are a huge factor here and a lot of different seasons of life, like perimenopause, menopause, postpartum, breastfeeding, pregnancy, like so many factors as women that can go into, our libido. But, and here's the caveat, there's also other factors that are often overlooked, like exercise, like nutrition. So if this is an area that you've felt like, man, I think mine's lower than most people are like I know it's low because I never am in the mood, those kinds of things. I would also look at, obviously, you can look at hormones, all those other things, but two really easy fixes or enhancements or whatever would be exercise and nutrition, because maybe it's exercise that you would need to add in, but nutrition you're already doing, right? We're already eating every day. So being able to swap things out. So I just want to say that first and foremost, I have heard this where when ladies just start enhancing the quality of their foods, not necessarily eating certain food, like, okay, I need to eat oysters and I don't know, whatever else is on the list of like supposedly an aphrodisiac. Okay. Just because they started backing away from processed foods, and eating more whole clean foods, this is like very oftentimes a natural side effect. So if that sounds crazy to you or goofy to you, it really is true. Now, I'm not going to talk about the exercise part today. And I know I have done an episode on that. I do not know what it's titled. I can link it in the show notes for this. It should be in the description then. If I remember to do it, I'll be honest, after I record this, I should make a note. But I also hear that from people and think about it. We are made to move. We're everything. Again, I'm not going to sit and exercise for a really long time today. But if you're going from being sedentary to exercising and what that does for improving blood flow and, giving you energy, all these things, feeling better about your body, like there's a lot at play just even there where you're thinking, okay, well, what does the physical have to do? Everything. You know how physical health affects mental health and it's all interrelated. So I hear that all the time from ladies like, wow, I started working out and just my confidence was up and then my energy was up and I felt better about myself and I wasn't embarrassed. Like there's a lot of other factors. But now segueing more into the nutrition piece, think about that. If you're just coming from like a more highly processed food, a lot of like heavy foods, a lot of foods that are leaving you feel like you actually feel crappy after you eat them. Like, really, here is a TMI for you guys. Like, I don't think anybody's trying to get jiggy with it after you've just like demolished a huge plate of Chinese food or something like that. Like, if I'm all laden with MSG, I'm not like, yeah, let's, wink, wink. I've got to see you in the bedroom for something like that's not going to happen. So I think already you can kind of understand and be with me on this girl chat. This is very much girl chat today. How much more in the mood you'd be if just you were feeling lighter and leaner and whatnot. That's a huge piece of this. Now, according to Medical News Today, it does say certain foods may enhance a person's sexual experience in various ways. This includes stamina, libido, and circulation, among others. Same thing for exercise, right? So both are a big deal here. Some of the foods in a sexual diet, I love that they called it that, include fruits and vegetables, red meat, and hot peppers. But here's what I found most interesting about this. It said, keeping the circulatory system in good working order is essential for sexual health. This is the same thing with working out. I did tell you that we were going to get away from it, but I just can't. The two are too closely related, working out and eating well. If you are all of a sudden doing hip thrusts and glute bridges and you're activating these pelvic muscles you've never activated before, that's going to help in this area as well. That helps with blood flow. All of this uh, interplays. Is that a word? I don't know. It works together. Okay, so better circulation can lead to an improved sexual response in men and women. And then it says cardiac health is also vital for stamina. In other words, this is according to Medical News Today. If it's good for the heart, it's good for a person's sex life. So it says the recommended diet is a wide range of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and plenty of fiber, healthful oils such as olive oil, seafood, nuts, legumes. And it says researchers studying the Mediterranean diet found that people with metabolic syndrome who followed the diet had fewer problems with erectile dysfunction, I guess, than compared to others. But Mediterranean diet is a super healthy way of eating. I pretty much eat this is pretty much the way that I have always eaten. I kind of cross a little bit between Mediterranean and paleo sometimes when I'm not eating as many grains or things like that, but very much this is very much in line with how I'm eating as well and how a lot of my clients and program participants, when I'm looking at your foods, these are a lot of things that you're eating as well. Many of the foods, back to the journal, featured in a heart healthy diet, such as avocados, asparagus, nuts, seafood, and fruit, have associations with better sex in both traditional medicine and scientific research. And it goes into the reasons why. So, foods to boost libido. They do talk about them like the aphrodisiacs, like oysters. And it said that is due to their zinc content because apparently we might not have normally have enough zinc. That's funny because I take zinc as a supplement currently, but that was like more to, I heard that it was better for your immune system. It's not because of this, but there we go. It does say sexual desire is complex and has to do with many factors than just nutrition, including an individual's relationship, stress levels, all that's super true. Your libido is not going to be helped by an avocado if your stress levels are through the roof. But again, checking those other factors in your life, monitoring stress, trying to lower stress, which diet and exercise help with, exercising regularly, like we said, all these things. Clearly, there's so much more hormones we talked about. And then there's so much more too, like with your actual relationship and intimacy and all of that, which is like totally another topic for another day. But again, just sticking with the foods that we can do, we're going to do what we can here. It says that foods that are rich in flavonoids can help because why? Why is this? It says the flavonoid content of many fruits may be responsible for this improvement in libido. So foods that are rich in flavonoids are berries, citrus fruits, grapes, apples, hot peppers, cocoa products, red wine, and tea. So that is another thing that you can do to boost your libido. It says the takeaway is many people look to their diet to increase their sexual desire, improve their ability to have sex, and increase the pleasure they get from sex. While research indicates possible links between particular foods and better sex, those seeking the best foods for sex should ensure they're eating a balanced, heart healthy diet. Woo! So, my takeaway from their takeaway is whole clean foods are, as usual, what should take up 80% of our nutrition, of our dietary intake. That's what we want to do is take in mostly whole clean foods, berries and all that they listed. Great. But if again, you're starting at a place of highly processed foods, just focusing on taking in lean protein, whole grains, fruits and veggies, you're going to feel so much better and ready for action than if you are shoving a Big Mac in your mouth and, not feeling comfy in your jeans. All right. And it's true. I mean, okay, I'm just going to end it there because I'll just go on more tangents and rants. But the exercise piece, like I said, has its place. And this is a conversation that, opens up so many other arenas to look at physical health, mental health. But the point is doing what we can if you are exercising and then now focusing on whole foods, clean foods. That is, I would say, proven, even anecdotally, from the ladies I've trained, from experiences, etc., that it's going to have a positive effect on your libido. It can't have a negative effect. So there you go. There's just an added bonus for you. All right, ladies. I hope that that was at least entertaining for you today. If I don't know if it was helpful, but entertaining is all I can really go for. Next episode, we're going to talk about HIIT versus steady state cardio and which is better for fat loss. All right. So join me then, and I'll talk to you soon.